So I have to laugh. So, like usual, I woke up this morning and I started reading some comments. Well, first of all, welcome back to Soai. How rude of me. So I was reading some comments. It's one of the best ways for me to interact with you guys, learn from you guys, and connect. Read some comments, and I got this comment from this one person. He goes,
"He's not even handsome. I promise you, he's the most boastful Jamaican. Imagine if this dude was rich."
Continue reading comments, he dropped another one.
"Is he like a food inspector or something?"
So I started to think to myself, I was just like, why would he say that? And I thought, and I went, damn, he got me. I am boastful. You see, the thing is, I'm very boastful about my culture, extremely boastful about Jamaican cuisine. I think that is top notch. I mean, we are an island of only 3 million people. And yet, if you come to America where there's hundreds of millions, there are billions of people, in fact. And if you ask them about jerk, they've either had it before or they've heard of it. Then I thought, am I a food inspector? I would say wrong verbiage. I'm a content creator, of course, maybe somewhat of a food critique, but most importantly, I'm just a regular person, just like you that watches the content. I just find that when you find good food, you don't gatekeep, you try to share it. Now, speaking of that, someone saw me do a video by the Jerk House. They're like, yeah, I love the jerk there, but I want you to go back and to try the pork. And tell us, what do you think? And believe me, I've been doing this thing long enough where people have actually donated to me and they said, hey, Soai, I want to go to this particular place when I'm in Jamaica or when I'm in New York. I want you to try the food before I even waste my money and go there. So I guess I am somewhat of a food inspector. Again, a food critic.
How you doing, man? I watch you all the time.
Yo, respect. Now, I know a lot of you are back because you want to see the continuation of the 100 Jamaican/Caribbean restaurants here in New York. But consider today a rerun. Someone has asked me to come here to try the pork, and I've been feeling porky all week. This week, I made a honey glazed jerk pork. Did that with some creamy mashed potatoes, topped it off with some smoked chimichurri sauce. Mwah. It was delicious. Then a couple days after, I did a fettuccine al burro. Did it with some jerk pork, again honey glazed, and again topped it off with some chimichurri. That was smoked. It was also delicious, but even though I love to cook, I really love to try food from other people. I think it really has helped me over the years to learn more about food and to be a better critic. If you know how to make it, you should know how it should taste. All right, so we're gonna hop into one of my favorite spots here, Jerk House. You could smell the jerk from outside. I always do smell the jerk, whether I'm walking by, riding by, or whatever. So we're gonna head in. We're gonna try the pork today. For those persons who are a little bit skeptical of, meats cross-contaminated or anything like that, the jerk chicken is done on one separate grill, and then the pork is done on another separate grill. So there's that. So we're gonna head in. I did go in not too long ago. One of the ladies, she recognized me. She was like, I remember your face. So anyway, we're gonna go in and we're gonna get this pork, baby. Yeah. So you said you just got done watching the
episode at the Doors.
At the Doors.
Yeah.
But what do you think about this spot here, Jerk House?
This spot is cool too, man.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, I've been coming here for a while.
What's your favorite thing from here?
Jerk chicken.
Jerk chicken?
Yeah.
Why you like it?
I just like how they prepare it, man.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
And inside it's clean.
Yes, it's clean.
It's very professional.
Yeah. The curry chicken too is good.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Should I try that today?
Yeah.
Yo, respect.
Yeah, respect, man. Take care, man.
Bless up.
Yeah.
All right. We're in at the house of Jerk right now. In my last video, you guys were saying to me, why don't you eat inside? They do have spots in there, but with YouTube and the music and stuff, that's why I don't necessarily eat in restaurants. And it's a little bit darker, so I want you guys to be able to see the food. And then I love interacting with you people. When I see you guys, come up to me and we talk or whatever, it's really cool for me. But yeah, these are the seats right here. Nice wooden seat, small at the tabletop. You can eat whatever it is that you get here. But today, for me, it's gonna be the jerk pork. It's been a pork week for me, jerk pork week at that, so we're gonna be having that right now. And I see them have like festival. I don't think I had a festival last time, but there is festival in there. And this, so far, just the looks of it, it looks like a pretty good one. So the power of you guys, people who drop the likes and drop the comments, I'm able to go back into a lot of kitchens and show you guys exactly what's up. So I did mention that they do the jerk chicken and the pork separate. I'm gonna prove that, and I'm gonna show you guys the spread of food. Like, the food in here looks so delicious. Eventually, I'll be able to try all of them, but let's take a look at everything. So here we got the sweet chili wings, brown stew snapper, fried shrimp,
veg rice, spinach with callaloo.
spinach with callaloo,
Yes.
jerk wings, rasta pasta, oxtail, curry goat, stew peas with pigtail.
Curry chicken.
Mix it up, remember to see how much pigtail in there, because I don't trust it, you know.
A lot.
Oh, yeah.
Savor everything.
Yeah, there's a lot of pigtail in there. I do see that. Okay, that's curry chicken.
Yes. Jerk barbecue ribs. Pork ribs.
Wow, okay.
Fried plantain.
Fried plantain.
Baked mac and cheese.
Baked mac and cheese.
Stewed chicken.
Stewed chicken.
Steamed veg.
Steamed veg.
Fried chicken.
Fried chicken.
Fried whiting.
Fried whiting.
Sweet chili whiting.
Uh-huh.
Over here we have
Festival fried dumpling. Thank you.
natural juices.
Natural juices. This one is what?
Pineapple ginger.
Pineapple ginger fruit punch. All right, thank you. Realize there's a different chopping block too, you know. Now watch you. You have it down pat, man. Nice. Yes. Okay, so I got my jerk house. You guys are the ones that make these things possible, where I can just, show you guys the inner workings of stuff. So you guys saw the pork and the chicken separation and how they did, even the chopping is on a different chopping block, which shout out to them for that. So people who don't like pork and they only deal with meat, like chicken, that's cool. Let's see what's in the bag. You know what? Before that, I'm thirsty. They did give me what they call their house special drink. I'm like, it sounds good. Let's try it. So the house special is a combination of, honestly, I forgot the 2 flavors that there is. I think it might have been a fruit punch or something, whatever. Let's go. This tastes like something that you get at a hotel. Very tropical. I do taste the ginger in there. Nice and fruity. If you throw a little bit of rum in there, now we're talking. But it's very good. Most times house specials come about because maybe a customer came in and they decide to like do the mix. Like me, when I'm in Jamaica, I would often do like, you know, mix of sodas by the soda machine. So, but I never came here for drinks, you know. I came here for this pork. I know I'm teasing, but I promise you, the climax should be good. So we'll have the festival here. Me know a good festival. Hey, I know a good festival. Look at that. Look at that. I can already tell this festival should be a pretty good one, but let's taste the flavor. Light sweetness, a bit crispy, a bit soft on the inside. You guys can see a little bit more for yourself there. The only thing I would say about this one is it has a little bit of oiliness to the skin. I speak about this all the time when I speak about festivals, and sometimes that's really about like how much moisture is in the flour. I don't know the exact science, but I think if there's too much moisture in there, it soaks up a little bit more of that oil. But the flavor is on point, and the texture is really good, and it's not too sweet, but there is sugar in there. I like this one. It almost tastes a little bit like there's a little bit of milk in there as well. I might be wrong. You might not be able to see it on the camera there, but there's a little bits of cornmeal in there too. The milk also does something when it comes down to the absorption of oil. So, but overall, it's a good festival. But I came here for pork today. Again, I still tease. Before I get to the pork, I have to do the flour, our dumpling. Already I can tell that this fried dumpling is gonna be levels above the festival, I promise you. This is a great fried dumpling. This one, I'm not seeing any of that oil ring whatsoever. And again, it's really about the process, like how do you fry it? Like what's the ingredients inside? Like I said, I believe milk does something with how it absorbs like oil or how much water and stuff like that. I don't want to go into the science of it, but this is an amazing fried dumpling. The inside is nice and soft, and the skin on the outside is crispy, somewhat flaky. I will come back for this, definitely. This is a good fried dumpling. Imagine with that some ackee and salt. All right, now it's the moment we've been waiting for, this pork. It looks fantastic. Let's do that together. Oh, the smell on this, jerk pork here. Look at it. When pork look this good, shouldn't really start out with a fork. I think it's criminal. So we're gonna get into, look at that. Nice, juicy. the technique on this thing. Let me eat some more before we talk, before we delegate. Brother, them solve the problem. Them have a champion. Yeah. The fatty part, I like to have my jerk pork with like 80% lean meat and maybe 20% of the fatty part. The fat is where the pork holds all of its flavor. Good God. Look at the pork yourself. Tell me what you guys think. Nice charring, good feel to it. Jerk pork is not supposed to be soft. You're supposed to have bite. You're supposed to have a little bit of resistance to it, but then still moist enough. They've solved the problem. Easily, a 9 out of 10 from me. So what's the problem? We all know that pork is supposed to be, or jerk in general, is supposed to be smoky. That smoke flavor. Now, if you've seen majority of my videos, you might have heard me say there is regulations about having open flames and charcoal grills on the outside on the streets here in New York. It is not legal. So when you see restaurants actually out there doing it, they're really trying to appease you guys as the customers. Now, on the inside, they're able to do that, but you need to have enough range or hood, as would I say. So what the hood does is supposed to pull up all that smoke and properly dispense the smoke. Again, there is environmental stuff, so you can't just push the smoke off into the atmosphere. I mean, we're in the city and it's not the most fresh air. You guys get the point. So what she does, she gets some of that sauce, some of that fats, and she lets it hit the grill. The moment it hits the grill, it creates smoke, and that smoke lightly kisses the meat. So I'm not gonna tell you that, oh my God, it is so smoky, but it's smoky enough that every single bite that you do taste that smokiness that we appreciate in jerk. Now, the last time I was here, I was not getting that on the chicken. So I had to ask, I'm like, why wasn't I getting that? Sometimes we know in the restaurant game, people kind of miss a step, and that's a very important step. So anybody watching this, ensure that the chicken is kissed, the pork is kissed, because that is exactly what gives you that nice smoky flavor. I did mention that I did a honey glazed pork chop, and I mentioned that I used a smoked chimichurri. The smoked chimichurri, I put that there because I wanted to give that smoky essence of the pork. I'm in an apartment, I don't have any wood in the apartment to pull up the smoke. So I did something a little bit different where I put the smoke in the chimichurri, and I was able to replicate some flavors that are quite similar to jerk pork. What I also love about this pork is, I'll get a piece more of this fat, taste it again. That's special. Whoever recommended the pork, when you bite into the pork, you feel that mellow, creamy, crispy exterior. It's everything just, if you don't like the fat part of the pork, you're crazy. Now, in terms of the flavor on it, what I really appreciate, the jerk itself is not overbearing. I find that sometimes it's too spicy. People put too much pepper on it or too much seasonings, and you can taste the herbs being too much in their raw form. This tastes like it was like perfectly marinated. You guys saw that she pulled the pork outside of this drawer, so I know that meat is maybe I would say 90% done, marinating, resting, and then she finishes off, so it's perfectly marinated. The flavors on it are good. The amount of spice, if you are an American, for me, maybe you consider it spicy, but for me, the spice is very light. You will taste the pepper, but for me as a Jamaican, it's not spicy. The jerk sauce comes into play to kind of give it a little bit more spice. Let me try a little bit more of that. It has a nice amount of spice to it, but besides that, the flavor on the jerk sauce is really good. They also gave me barbecue sauce, but nah, I don't do that with my pork if I don't have to. Check out the jerk pork here. This, I can say, is the first restaurant that I've been to that does the pork inside on the grill that's giving me the smoky flavor. The very first one. Everybody else lacking the smoke. This one, they came with the smoke, the fire. See, because I said that the sun came out. I'm gonna have one last bite. Because me and this at home, these are the signs of love making. All right, I'm gonna head back in and I'm gonna try that chicken again. They kissed it with smoke this time. So make we see. All right, got my order of jerk chicken because we want to see what the consistency is like here. And I had to order one more of these drinks. It's really good. Okay, so full disclaimer, this was made for me maybe 20, 25 minutes ago. So bear that in mind. Let's try the chicken. So the chicken already is definitely far more tender than the last time I had it. It's nicer, more tender, juicier. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I remember every restaurant for specific things. You know, like you go to a restaurant, you're like, oh, the customer service was great. I definitely remember this chicken here. You can see, pretty juicy, pretty tender. Let me get into that rice. I did order oxtail gravy on it. The gravy alone, I would go back in there right now and order an oxtail. The gravy alone have that, wow. And the rice today is a lot better. Today's the rice is very much similar to like grandma's rice. The rice today is on 10. Especially with that oxtail gravy. What I mean by grandma's rice. So grandma's rice for me was a very simple rice. It's not like now where,
Oh, a rice has to be made with basmati or jasmine, and that's the only way I know to do it.
she used the regular bag rice, but the technique on it, how she got the rice to be still shelly, but then at the same time still soft, that's what this rice is like. And then the creaminess of like the coconut milk or the softness of the beans in there, the peas, it's just like this rice today is a 10. Whatever they did today, they need to keep doing it because it's way better than the last time. And the oxtail gravy on top. It doesn't look the most beautiful right now in the plate, but if you know Jamaican food and you know what I'm talking about, the oxtail gravy is just like the perfect companion. They need to pull up back that, what you call it, the system in there, and whatever they did today, they need to keep doing it. Because the rice today is on 10. Now I have been skirting around the chicken. Now I've been skirting around the chicken because honestly, the pork makes the chicken look pale in comparison to what if you came in and you had the pork first and you had the chicken afterwards, you're gonna be like, The chicken for me is nice and tender. I am getting a bit of that jerkiness, but the smoke wise, it's not as pronounced as the pork is. And what really might be the reason is pork has fat. Fat is going to give you smoke. If you've ever done jerk before and when you put that fat on the grill, you realize it just smokes up a lot more. I think that could be the issue here. It's giving you a lot more smoke. So yes, it does taste like a very good jerk chicken, but after having that pork today, I want more smoke on this jerk chicken, but nice, tender. The spice is pretty neutral because they allow you to put the jerk sauce on top of it. I know what the jerk sauce tastes like, and today I wasn't going for the spiciness because spice is very easy to accomplish. The smoke is a little bit more difficult. So yeah, the chicken for me, it's better than the last time, but the smoke, I would like more of that smoke on the chicken. But the rice and peas today, that jerk pork today, that fried dumpling today, and the drink, tough. Now I know the guy that I spoke to earlier, for him, he loves the jerk chicken, so I'm not gonna try to be biased towards him, just my honest opinion. But like I said, it's good jerk chicken. I, for one, would just like a little bit more smoke on it. The pork, the rice and peas, it's on 10. Now today was more of a side quest than anything else. I think tomorrow I'm gonna go try out some African food. I love Jamaican food, but you know, somewhere along in the series I will take little breaks to try out other cuisines. If you guys want to see that, I will share the video with you. I haven't had fufu in a very long time, so I'm gonna go grab some of that. And yeah, if you guys have any recommendations for the list of 100 Jamaican/Caribbean restaurants, do drop it in the comments so I can go check it out. You guys thought I never read the comments, right? I did read the comments. I did see the concerns people were saying. Soai, make sure you get a helmet. I did order a helmet. I literally never filmed the video yesterday because I was like, I'm gonna wait till the helmet comes today, which it did just before I came out here to do this video. Again, thank you guys for everything. Thanks for the support, the comments, the recommendations on the spots that I could check here in New York. Again, feel free to drop more of those. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Remember, you see things, love, nature, and adaptation. And always remember to keep the link. And for some strange reason, YouTube thinks you're gonna love this video here.
Be together, take me back where I've been. I want it all. I had a feeling, but the feeling is all gone.